really cool. I did that. I'd never done that before, which was cool. Thank you. You don't need to clap. All right, that's fine. I know it's not that impressive. I went in and went, "Bleh." That's how I vote. And then they gave me a sticker. And I went, I got a sticker. And that was the whole voting process. I even watched all the debates, which I had never, it was my first season. I had never watched the debates before. I hadn't watched the previous seasons. It was my first season. I picked a weird season to jump in on. That was I was like, this is what I've been missing? This is crazy. It was a weird one. But I'm glad that I watched, because like, I'll be honest with you guys, it's good to pay attention, because in 2012, I didn't vote for Mitt Romney. Not because I knew any of his politics, but only because he had jet black hair with gray on the sides. And I grew up in the 90s, and that's every villain in every cartoon I grew up watching. And I'm like, I can't vote for that guy. He's gonna poison the drinking water and try to kill the Ninja Turtles. I can't have that on my watch. So I watched all the debates. Those debates were so funny. The moderator, I always felt bad for the moderator because everyone kept going over their time. And he kept going, your time is up, your time is up, your time is up. He said it so many times that to a point I was like, I think he might be talking to the country. Like, he's not talking to the candidates. That's a message for us. Hey, your time is up. Head for the hills. Get those canned goods in the four-wheel drive. We're done here. So odd. We voted. My voting situation was weird because I voted at my neighbor's house. I don't know if that happened to anyone else. That was my polling place. It was my neighbor's house, which kind of took the shine off the proceedings a little bit. My wife and I, we just walked out of our house. We walked around the block, and my neighbor set it up in his garage. That did not feel official. Like, that is not how you pick the next king. This feels wrong. I went in there, I put my Starbucks on a stack of, like, empty paint buckets. He gave me a Scantron with a Sharpie. I went to a booth that was snapped together with cardboard. I just remember looking at my wife going, I don't think they're counting these. Call me crazy. We're in a garage right now. So bizarre. I didn't just vote for president. I voted on all the propositions. I read most of them. It's a lot of reading. I went in with good intentions. The first third, I read every line. I was like, informed decision. The next third, I started skimming. There was some skimming that started happening. And that last third, I was just like, yes, yes, no, no. Is there a C? I remember in high school there was a C if I didn't know. I still thought I did a fine job until we were walking home. My wife was like, hey, what'd you put for the death penalty? And I was like, ooh, that was on there? They should have put that higher up. We messed up in San Diego. Question 1 was like, hey, do you want the Chargers to get a new stadium? Number 85, how do you feel about killing people? Maybe a little bit. You have to be careful with the propositions because sometimes you vote stuff in, but it doesn't take action for a couple years. Like, we voted to ban plastic bags in Southern California, maybe all of it, I don't know. But now it kicked in, and it's weird now at the grocery store. It's weird out there because they don't have plastic bags anymore, and they sell them for 10 cents, and that's what they sell them for now. And I don't know who these people are yelling at the cashiers, but they are so timid. When you walk up, and they go, Did you bring your bag? Did you bring your bag? Did you bring it? Did you bring your bag? And I go, no, I didn't. That's you guys. I bring money. You have food and bags. That's how it's been this way for centuries. And then she goes, ugh, it's gonna be 10 cents for a bag. It's gonna be 10 cents. And I go, okay. I had no idea I was filthy rich, apparently, because that's not an issue. Like, who are these people just yelling? Oh, really? Well, then just put it back, then. I'm taking my business elsewhere. 10 cents isn't slowing me down. But I guess since people have an issue with it, next time I'm at the grocery store, I'm going to throw $1 down, and I'm going to go, hey, bags for everybody. That's going to be the new Making It Rain. He just came in and threw $1 down and made a tornado motion with his hand. Said bags for, he was like the Oprah of bags. You get a bag, you get a bag. Everybody gets a bag. We carried him out like Rudy. He was our champion. Such silliness. It's weird. I don't care who you voted for. I'm gonna tell my story anyway. I didn't vote for Trump, and one of my best friends did, and we were talking about it. Not yelling, just talking like people, which is weird nowadays. And he asked me, he goes, "What are you so scared of?" That's what he asked me. He asked me, "What are you so scared of?" And I was like, "Oh, that's a weird thing to just narrow down." But I guess the biggest thing that scares me is that historically, nothing good has ever happened in this country when the rednecks are happy. That's the part that scares me. And I'm not saying that can't change in the next 4 to 8 years. I'm just saying historically, that's never been the case. Historically, anytime a large group of people go, "Woohoo!" that's followed by centuries of the rest of us going, "We are so sorry." If people are out of line, I apologize. I like it now. It's been a few months, so people are more friendly about it, but it got weird there after a while. I blame the internet for that. I blame the internet. Because you argue with people you've never met before. You know, Facebook has taken things away. You can't have acquaintances anymore. Remember acquaintances? They're people you kind of knew. Hey, his name's Dave. Works at the hardware store. We talk about sports. And that's all you knew about Dave. And you like Dave that way. But now you got to be Dave's friend on Facebook, and you're like, whew. Dave is in the Ku Klux Klan. I had no idea. I thought he just liked the Chargers, but no, there was more. There's a lot more.
I canceled my health insurance this year. I also did that. Yeah, that was not the best idea. I canceled my health insurance right after I got the second shot of the vaccine because I was like, well, I don't need this anymore. I'm good. And I'm not making this up. The day I canceled my health insurance, I went to a show, and the comedian that was on before me announced to the crowd that she was just diagnosed with a brain tumor. And I was in the back of the crowd, and I went, brain tumors. I totally forgot about brain tumors. I gotta call Kaiser Permanente. See how canceled I really canceled it, you know? It's nice to be out again. My fiance and I just recovered from COVID. Don't worry, I tested clean, so I'm allowed to be inside again. We got COVID. We got COVID late, which is lame, because it's not even cool anymore. It was so lame. Like, we somehow dodged it for 2 years, and then we got vaccinated, then we got it. And I posted it, and nobody cares. Nobody cares when you get COVID now. You know? I'm late to everything. This is like me in skinny jeans all over again. I got them, and everyone's like, yeah, we don't do that anymore. And I'm like, dang, you know, I just came around. Yeah, we got COVID, and here's the weird part. Like, we both had the same symptoms, but my symptoms were 4 days later. So for the first 4 days, we thought I was asymptomatic, and I found out that if you're in a relationship and your significant other has symptoms and you're asymptomatic, that A now stands for asshole. That's what that means. She was so mad that I was fine. She was like, nothing? You don't feel anything? I'm like, no, I'm pretty good. And she's like, I hate you. And then 4 days later, I'm like, I'm starting to feel like crap. She's like, nice, all right. Let's get into it. We ended up both losing our taste and smell, which I don't know if that's happening in here. That's the most frustrating thing to deal with. We didn't have taste and smell just in time for Thanksgiving. Which I don't know if anyone here has done Thanksgiving without taste or smell, but it is a waste of time. That is the biggest waste of time. Doing Thanksgiving without taste or smell, it's like going to an orgy with erectile dysfunction. That's like that is. You're like, I guess I'll just stand in the corner and watch, I guess. What's that taste like? Does it smell good? I don't know. We ended up still doing Thanksgiving, but we just got 2 Cornish game hens, like, because they're cheaper, and what's the point, right? We can't taste it. And she still worked hard to, like, make it good, and then she's like, how is it? And I'm like, it's warm. Crispy. The parts that should be, they're crispy. That's all I can tell you. I never realized how important taste and smell was. I can't. It sucks. It's upsetting. I was angry at nobody. Just I can't smell. You know. Definitely more baths. You wash more. You brush your teeth more when you don't know. You know. When you do this, and you're like, I got nothing. More gum. Immediately. Yeah, I guess I gotta go get health insurance again. I don't know. I guess the Omicron is coming. That one's the bad one. I hate it. This is like the third one. We had the original, and then Delta, and now Omicron. And I don't even know if that's how you say it, but that's how I like it. I mean, with this one, at this point, doesn't it feel like the Earth is just trying out pesticides to get rid of us? Like, did anyone else grow up in a house with roaches? You know, at first, you get the original raid, and it kills some of them, but there's still too many, and then you gotta get the next one. That's what Omicron feels like. I feel like Earth is at a grocery store going, Omicron, that shit sounds serious. Let's do that one. And if that doesn't work, we're gonna have to tent the planet. Thank you. Guy in the back. That joke was for him. Everyone's like, that's not fun. We're getting sad. Please bring it down. Yeah, it's fun that we hate each other over stuff. I like that. I was afraid this virus might bring us together. That really was. When the pandemic started, I'm like, oh no, this might bring us together. But thank God, humans are still humans. And we're like, no, we can make this political too. Isn't that magical? We're like, we'll hate each other no matter what. If Don Lemon or Tucker Carlson talk about it, we'll pick sides. That's the two groups. That's why I stopped watching the news, because I realized I ended up just not having an opinion of my own. I would get into an argument with somebody, and I'm like, I think I just said what Don Lemon said. And I think you just said what Tucker Carlson said. And then there'd be a third guy who's like, hey, did you guys know birds are actually drones? And you're like, oh, you listen to podcasts. All right. Everyone just regurgitates what they know. I don't know. It feels like the world's getting back to normal. There's been more mass shootings, which is good. You know? That means we're getting back to the swing of things. You know what that made me realize? Like all the mass shootings, as soon as everything opened. You know what that made me realize? While I was at home looking out the window going, I can't wait to go outside. There was a mass shooter with a gun like, me too. I also want to go out there. I'm so lonely. I'm just at home with my gun. And there's no one to shoot. What a sad existence. It almost makes you connect with the person. I'm like, I know, we both miss people, don't we? We both miss gatherings. I like that. You guys laughed at that. Because, boy, I really gambled that early. That was an early gamble, you know? Maybe I should have built a rapport first. I went right into it. They had that shooting at the school in Michigan, and I read about it, and apparently the kid used a gun that his father bought on Black Friday. And I'm like, that might be the most American sentence that I've ever read in my entire life. He bought a gun on Black Friday, and then he shot up the school, and I just, like a bald eagle, flew in the background. It's like the most American thing I've ever read. All right, that was the last one. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that out.